Okay, so our film today is Nyctophobia, right? Nyctophobia. This is from Seayoon Jeong. She wrote and directed. She also produces the film alongside Gustav Winnery, um, with co-production from Sylvia Chen and Bia Flores. Michael Crowther handles the music. Michael Candelori is on cinematography. Leon Chase and Seayoon Jeong edit the piece. All right, production design is Ellie Kunis Davos. Irina Kuravia is set decoration, with Ivy Payne on costume design. Right. Special makeup and other makeup is Fabiana Graziani and Briette Spickerman. And our cast. Right. So Liz Whitman is played by Clary Nice. Olivia Clari Nice. A younger Liz is played by Sophia Biscotti. We have got our dark figure played by Christopher Gilbert. Right. Our clown cop played by David Eliner. And our other crowd, yes, and our other clown cop played by Solu Smith. So yeah, there we go. Now the gist of the film, right, is as Liz struggles with nyctophobia, an anxiety disorder that causes sleeping issues, she desperately tries to fall asleep by entering her inner world where she can access her happy childhood memories. However, she ultimately becomes trapped in her lucid dreams and encounters her worst nightmare. Boy, right? I mean, that's not good. That's not good at all. Now, nyctophobia it means fear of the dark, right? I mean, I'd never heard that before, but yeah, that's what it is. Now, Sion has a statement on her website, and it reads: despite the fact that a large portion of the population actually suffers from anxiety disorders, experiencing devastating physical, emotional, and psychological effects, anxiety disorders are not often discussed much by media outlets. My experimental feature, Nyctophobia, explores the struggles of people dealing with a specific type of anxiety disorder known as nyctophobia, which is triggered by a fear of the dark. Due to its nature, nyctophobia often leads to sleep related issues such as insomnia and sleep paralysis, as well as physical and emotional symptoms such as panic attacks, trouble breathing, chest pain, and dizziness. If left untreated, nyctophobia can affect the quality of one's life, including how one performs at work, in school, and even at home. So yeah, that's the film, right? And that's what Sion is doing. And this is her feature directorial debut. She's made a number of shorts, right? But this is the feature. And when you see it, it's, it's not like a traditional story, right? With this flowing narrative and kind of thing. Now, there is a story there, right? It's Liz trying to deal with sleep, right? We open up with these words: anxiety, right? Sleep paralysis, insomnia, panic attacks. That's what we're hit with. And along with these words, which like flash and move around the screen, we also have these images, right? These it looks like hand drawn. Maybe it's CGI. I don't know. It looks like hand drawn. These hand drawn images of like these nightmarish like escapes, right? Like the thin man and being tied in bed and all of these different things, right? So it's kind of like, oh. So then we get into the film and we see this house. Everything looks quiet. Everything looks quiet. And then a girl's in bed, right? Tucked up underneath the sheets. And then you realize that she's sleeping, well, trying to sleep anyway. And as we go into this sleep realm, it's really interesting, right? Because everything up to this point is black and white, right? But in her like dream world, we get color, but not color across the board, right? It's along the lines of things like Schindler's List, where just one thing or a couple of things are in color, but Liz herself is in monochrome, which really is fascinating, right? This film has got such a interesting look to it, which then imbues it with this feel, right? This really interesting feel where it can be creepy at times. Oh dear, I was going to sneeze. Creepy at times, but also like I found myself smiling at some points of this film, even though, right, it's like creepy and weird and all over the place. There's these moments whereas we have these kind of dance montage type of things, which is yeah, fascinating. And like the music that goes along with the dancing, right? A little disco, a little fun, so you're just like, oh man, this is this is interesting, right? And so you get this weird mix, but it's compelling, right? Because we're watching her navigate, and she starts off in this like park, forest, something, along those lines. All seems fine, but then she's in this different place, and then this different place, and this different place, and it starts to get more oppressive the deeper she finds herself. And then she's trying to escape and she can't, right? And we just see these new kind of iterations of her trying to find her way out, which, I mean, that was like, oh, you know what I mean? Because I think Seayoon really kind of did a great job of capturing that kind of dream anxiety when you're in that nightmare and you're trying to escape. But then, you're running and you'll turn a corner and you find that you're at a dead end or you're back where you started, right? That kind of thing, where whatever you do, you just can't navigate out, right? And that heightens up that feeling, right? Of something's close. Something's close. How do I escape? How do I get out of here? Right? And Young just brought that to life, brought it to life really, really well. You know, there's not every moment of the dream is always like fearful, but there's just that anxiety, right? Because you know, there's that feeling of encroachment, right? That thing coming, and you're not quite sure how far away it is sometimes, but you know it's looming, right? The shadow is there. And yeah, that's all there. That's all there. So it's great. Oh man, really weird and twisted and fun. I yeah, I like this because it was so different. So different. You know what I mean? Um, the music, right? The soundscape for this film just adds to everything, right? That's great. Because you get these respites with the dance stuff, but then you just got all of these weird noises, right? These weird noises that are layered upon layered, which then you're like, oh, wait, was that a creak? Is that someone? Oh, that's a door. Oh, and it's, yeah, just all of these things are coming at you, this crescendo of, oh, foreboding. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was something. It was definitely something. And then we had like the makeup, right? The special effects, which add another layer of creepy, add another layer of weird to everything. And you've also got, right? You've also got Olivia and the facial expressions, right? Which is just like, oh man, you're watching her and she's not necessarily playing off of anyone. So there's this skill involved to convey so many different things, but you have to bring that out of yourself, right? There's got to be great direction to be like, yo, this is the moment. This is how you'll be feeling, right? But Olivia has to deliver, and she really does. She really does. It's like, oh man, this is something, right? This is something. So yeah, that was it's really, oh man, it's odd, quirky, but it works. It really does work, people. You know? So it is playing at the Manhattan Film Festival, right on the 27th of June. But I think it's streaming as well online. But I have on the website all that information of where you will be able to find this. Or follow Seayoon, Olivia and the Peoples, and the film, so you can see if it's screening anywhere near you. But Nyctophobia is for sure a very interesting experimental film that you should bring into your life because it's dealing with real shit, right? Real issues, these disorders, these sleep disorders, these mental health issues. But it's done it in such a vibrant and compelling way that, yeah, this is for sure worth the watch. I think it's just under 90 minutes. It's not long. It's not long, but you are engrossed all the way through. You're very much engrossed. So, yes, people, as long as you don't suffer from it, yeah, I'd say come check this out. Come check it. Even if you do suffer from it, maybe it'd be interesting to see if Sion captures what your experience is, right? So yeah, Nyctophobia.